Hi Virgo, this reading is for you. I am your Empress Divine and you're watching the Empress Divine Channel. I channel messages straight from source and they are targeted and catered to the Divine Feminine. That's just who I speak to. That's just who I identify with the most. And that's who I channel messages for. So this reading is about a few different transits that we have going on right now. Mercury went into retrograde yesterday, and that is transiting your 7th and 6th houses. It's in your 7th house now. It'll move from Pisces back into Aquarius, which is your 6th house, and then it'll station and start coming back through Pisces, your 7th house again. So things that happened around the end of January, beginning of February, they are coming back up for your review, for your reassessment, for you to just take a little bit more time and get some understanding of them, or for you to learn a lesson from them. We also have Mars in Capricorn, and that is transiting your 5th house. Mars transits are very powerful. We get a lot from Mars transits. Just like when Mars moved into Sagittarius, that's when the whole thing with Trump dropping the bomb and they saying that we're about to go to war again, World War III. All of that broke out the day Mars moved into Sagittarius. So Mars moving into Capricorn, just look for something big. And as I was shuffling through the cards and thinking over the transits and meditating over the messages that I would get for you guys, it just came across that everything is very much so legacy based for the earth signs right now. You're so much focused on what you're here for and what you're doing with your life and what you'll have to leave behind when it's over in the 3D. So there's not much of an emotional aspect to what's going on. It's more of like you want to be productive and you want to have tangible results. You're less in your feelings and more in the 3D during this time. We'll also have the new moon dropping on February 23rd, new moon in Pisces, and that'll be in your 7th house. So we're going to talk about that too, because we can set some intentions for your relationships and your dealings with others and how you relate to people. Now, so far, we have Aphrodite coming out with the Inner Goddess card, and it says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So this is a lot of taking a look at yourself and appreciating your gifts. Realizing that you do have special talents and skills and gifts that come natural to you. And as long as you are in the flow of those natural gifts, you are also in alignment with all the blessings that God, Source, the universe, Jesus, whoever wants to bestow upon you. So really looking at yourself and giving yourself time to just appreciate who you are is very important during this time. For the tarot, you have the 5 of Cups, King of Coins, the Magician, 2 of Swords, and Judgment. Now, 5 of Cups tells me that you come from a situation or you're in a situation that you'd rather not be in at this time. Things may not be as good as you would want them to be, but you have aspirations that are big. You have big dreams, and they are attainable. They are attainable, and you're trying to bring some things from the, from the ethereal place. You're bringing things from just being in the mind down into the 3D. So a lot of ideas that you've had for quite some time now, I feel like these are ideas that have been on your mind for, I'm talking about not just like a few weeks or months, I mean like years, possibly even decades, depending on your age or whatever. But these are, ideals that you've had in your mind for a long time, and you're ready to do something about it. You're inspired to do something about it. You're ready to do something about it. You're ready to set up all the parameters that you need to set up. You're ready to take care of all the prerequisites that you need to take care of. Whatever it is that you need to do to reach this level, you're ready to do it. Because I feel like for some time you kind of just let things pass you by. Maybe you were in an energy of just kind of drifting, but it's like you're waking up now. And when I say drifting, if you have not read the book by Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, it's probably one of the best pieces of literature ever written. One of the best pieces of literature, or one of the best books or novels that you will ever read that are real life applicable. And I don't want you to be turned off by the title, Outwitting the Devil, because you have to just expand your mind outside of religion in order to even digest the bigness of that message. But truly, it's a phenomenal text. If you want to just get out of the habit of just allowing yourself to drift through life, if you felt this energy of you've gone through life and things have happened to you, you need to read it, because the mindset that you need in order to achieve this big dream that you have, or these big goals that you have, the mindset needs to shift from things happening to you, and it needs to shift to you allowing things to happen. It's like you are not removed from your 3D life. This life is yours. Make no mistake, when you came into this world, it was a conscious decision. We're all taught on a basic biological level that our parents have sex and, they have us, and we just end up here out of our own, with no will of our own. Not so. Your spirit has been alive longer than you can imagine. Longer than you can even think with your human brain. Your spirit has been here. No energy is created or destroyed. It's just transformed. That means you have been here. Who you are has been here. We hear people say, this child done been here before. We all have. We all have. And it was a decision to come back into the earthly realm, or to come to the earthly realm, whether it's your first time or it's your 25th time. It was a decision. So I need you to understand that life is not happening to you. You are allowing it to happen. Or you're allowing someone else to create their narrative, because you are not making any changes in your own life. But back to the readings in specific, you went through a time where you just kind of let things happen. A lot of the things that you are not comfortable with in life, a lot of the things that you do not care to go through in life, a lot of the discomforts or inconveniences you're feeling in life right now, Virgo, or that you've recently felt and are actively getting out of now, is because you failed to do anything about it. You failed to exert your own goddess energy on your own life, Virgo feminine. But this is a time of waking up and realizing that I am a goddess. I am powerful energy. I do co-create my reality. And it's time for me to wake up. It's time for me to get up and step up to life. And it's never too late to do that. As long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as your heart is beating, as long as you are walking, talking, moving, capable, able, bodied, you can make your life whatever you want to make it. So these dreams or these big ideas that you've had for so long, it's time to pull them out from just the ethers and bring them into real life, into making it happen. There's so much happiness that awaits you. I feel like one of the things that you feel very strongly about is love, in a soulmate, in a connection. Like I said, you have that Pisces new moon in your 7th house, and you also have Mercury, which has started its retrograde in your 7th house. And relationships are big on your mind, and you do want love, and you are allowing yourself to admit that you want love, but not just any old thing. Not any old thing. You want it special. You want it grand. Like I said, everything that you have up in that ethers and that you've been wanting for so long, that these dreams that you've kept inside of you, you want them. You want them, and it's time for you to take a risk to have them. But not just like, any old fool's, fool 5 of cups. It's not just you taking any old action and running and jumping into something just because you want it, and just because you've never allowed yourself to have it, or because you've never created the circumstances in which you could have it. It's not that. So during this Mercury retrograde, you are taking the time to kind of look over how maybe you made some irrational, irresponsible, not so good choices that went against your own goddess power, that went against your own well-being, that went against your own health, that went against your own common sense. You probably have made a succession of choices that led you to circumstances that are not desirable for you. And I do see the Five of Cups twice, so it could be two situations, two big situations, or two big regrets that you have in your life, I'm feeling. But there's no need to have regret. Just start today. Like, you can turn your life around just that fast. Just start today. We live in a world that has more possibilities than ever before. Like, I cannot think of any better time in human history to be alive than at this very moment. The internet, social media, when I tell you anything is possible, like, an 8-year-old is the richest YouTuber in the world. $22 million. Someone who, a year ago could have been homeless can be a millionaire next year. You can drop a product or launch a business and do 6 figures in 6 months. When I tell you things happen at the speed of lightning now, you can change your life in the blink of an eye. So this big idea that you have a lot of energy supporting you. Mars in Capricorn supports you. Mars is going through your 5th house, which is the house of creation. And Mars is in exaltation. That means it's in its best possible tip-top shape in Capricorn. Okay? Mars is running at its finest in Capricorn, and Mars is your energy. It's your stick-to-itiveness. It's your go-get-itness. It's that effort. It's that energy to go have passion about something. That's that energy of Mars, and it's in your 5th house of creation. Whatever you want to create, you can do it. You can do it. And this is a beautiful time to kind of just look over maybe how some things may have set you back, to reassess your decision making, to understand how sometimes you make decisions that put yourself in a position where you have to succumb or submit to other people's desires and wills for your life. And it's time for you to get out of that. It's time for you to start making your own decisions and doing what's best for you. 3 of Pentacles, you definitely have to reassess how you work with people. And 8 of Cups, move away from people who make you feel like you're under their thumb. People who are so aggressive and overly eager to be dominant and controlling that you don't get a say-so, that you don't get to basically flex your creative muscle. Remember that inner goddess, you need to honor your talents. For a long time, you have not honored your talents. You've kind of waited for other people to validate you. You've kind of been in this, oh, well, I want to be humble type of energy. And when I tell you that's dead, that's dead. That's dead, honey. That humble energy, look at where it gets you. I know people tell you, oh, be humble, be humble. Religious, be humble. The public, be humble, because don't nobody want to see you rise above them. But I'm telling you, when you have a bunch of people pushing you in one direction, your best bet is to second guess it, because a lot of times the best things for you, a lot of people not gonna support it. A lot of people didn't like Jesus. He was the best thing for you. You get what I'm saying? The best thing for you, people not gonna too much pay any attention to. The things that are not good for you, oh, everybody rooting for that. Everybody rooting for that. And I feel like there's a lot of that that's been going on in your life. The things that weren't good for you, people might have, oh, congratulations. And then you may have had some, maybe a couple people that'll say something and you not pay too much attention to it. But those people were trying to tell you something. Those are the ones who really been in your corner. You feel me? So it's just time for you to shine. It's time for you to allow yourself to shine, inner goddess. Sun, inner goddess card. It's time for you to value yourself, to validate yourself, to not look outside of yourself for anything, for you to call the shots. It's time for you to decide what energy you want to commit to, what type of relationship you want to commit to, what type of person you want to be with, and not just accept any old thing that comes along and seems good because it looks good on paper. Because a lot of people would be like, oh, that's nice, or oh, that's a good man. That's not what's up. It's time to like authentically honor yourself. And once you do that, and once you start pressing forward toward those goals that you know you want more than anything else in this world, things will come together. You won't have no regrets, because I really just feel this energy of 2 big regrets in your life. And maybe you are in a place where you don't necessarily have like regrets, but it's just like 2 big things in your life where you know if you had made a different decision, the whole outcome of your life would have been different. It's like 2 big things that are just, they just kind of just weigh on you every day, or in the back of your mind throughout your life. You think about, if I had made a different decision, everything in my life would be different. But also know that behind those 2 decisions, or those 2 big things in your life, is motivation. So use those 2 things as motivation. Okay, I made that decision. I learned this lesson. Now I'm going to take that lesson and I'm going to go even farther. And I'm going to make this big thing happen. I'm going to make these big dreams real. I'm going to get out of my head and I'm going to get deep into the 3D. I'm going to stop allowing people to, rule over me, and I'm going to start ruling my own life. That's the type of energy that you have here available to you. I'm telling you, with Mars in tip-top shape, running through your house of creation, which also has to do with children and legacy, you have the opportunity to create something that will benefit generations behind you, okay? Or generations to come, I should say. I don't know if it's behind or in front, but generations to come. Anything that comes from your womb, feminine, will benefit from the bigness of what it is that you want to create. And now is an opportune time to either get started, or to make some big progress, or to, at least start conceptualizing it, understanding exactly what moves you need to make next. So that has been your reading, Virgo. I like that kind of talk. I enjoyed that reading. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I drop my next video. Talk with me in the comments. Let me know what it is that you're doing and working on. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.